32-inch tires are the AI data center of the bike industry.
And I'm not saying that's what I hope for it. The reality is, until the hype machine kicked in on this 6 months ago, I've never had anyone go, man, I wish I had 32-inch wheels. Since the hype machine kicked in, I haven't had anyone go, oh, I really want a 32-inch bike.
Yeah, but
I've heard lots of people that are very 32-inch curious. And that tells me 32 is really going to have to prove itself to catch on.
I think it has, though. Have you read the data?
I have. I watched
Have you read the
Sea Otter videos from Ben Delaney and Neil and the other. There is nobody's on the same page on what the potential of 32 is.
Okay.
The commonalities are this: it steers like a pig,
which is why it's not going to be a mountain bike tire.
but 32 was originated with mountain biking in mind.
Doesn't matter.
I understand that. So whoever came up with 32, whoever the big brand is that's in the background, they started with mountain bike and figured out it wasn't going to work. Now they're trying to pivot to gravel.
Yeah.
So they're a couple years behind in development there. That's why we didn't see any 32-inch bikes at Sea Otter, except for the Fargo, as far as manufacturers are concerned, outside of the boutique stuff.
Yeah, I don't consider R a boutique,
I thought that was a prototype.
but it's going into production.
It's still prototype. The only production bike on site was the Fargo.
Okay.
That's my point.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm going to shoot myself in the foot.
But all the tires that were there prove that it truly does have a foothold, because tire manufacturers aren't going to create
somebody convinced those tire manufacturers to do the molds. Yes, that's why I'm saying Specialized, Trek, Giant. Somebody is about to do something.
Yeah.
They're the only ones that have the wherewithal to get multiple tire manufacturers to do the molds like that. So,
Can you edit something out?
yes, I can.
And just because, and we're back. Just because it was initially intended for one use, I think you may be wrong by saying in the statements you made about, and now they're pushing it to find this other avenue. I think the data supports that other avenue, which is why it's working. That's it. The data did not support it for XC, but the data is supporting it for bike packing and gravel. Yeah. So it's not
as far as being a fast tire. Yes. What still isn't sorted out is the geometries.
Okay, fair enough.
I want to know what Dylan Johnson thinks. That's what I really want. Did you?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to talk.
Any idea what happened to his race?
He was pretty happy with his race.
Was he?
Yeah, I think
He must have got 17th.
No, he finished 50th.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Well, I think given to what he went through last year,
Yeah.
Understood.
I think he was happy with his performance. And
Okay.
he was also, I think he wrote about, I want to say it was him that wrote about I'm going to butcher this, but along the lines of the 50th place was faster than last year's winner or something like that.
Okay.
The field is so fast. And and that's what Dylan has kind of said throughout his career is like, it's so fast that it's impossible to keep up with it unless you are the genetically head of the spear.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's always admitted he's not.
And it's just everything, all the aero tech, all the component tech, that everything is getting faster and faster. And if you look at his time at whatever place he got, look at that time compared to some of the last year's finishers, would have put him in the top 10.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and that being said, I did kind of a not even a deep dive, but I started comparing times, because Mid-South has all their metrics going back to the original year. I think their first year was 2013 or something. Mm-hmm. And I looked at the finishing times in 2013, which were, I think the winner was like 7 hours or something.
Right.
And then you look at 2023, which is 10 years later, and the finishing time was, or the winning finishing time was like 4.5 hours, like 2.5 hours faster.